Today we're taking a look at these NCAAB matches, which are happening on Friday, December 10, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. Wisconsin-Green Bay vs UMKC. Green Bay holds its own defensively as the Phoenix are allowing an average of 66.5 points per game, and opponents are shooting 43.6% overall. Green Bay allows an average of 30.0 rebounds per game, and the Phoenix are averaging only 27.9 rebounds per game. Green Bay's king of the boards is Ansong with an average of 5.4 rebounds per game. Ansong is the leader in steals with an average of 1.1 per contest, and Ivory is the SWAT master with an average of 1.0 blocked shots per contest. Our first betting advice is to pick Kansas City Roos minus 8.5. The Roos are an average offensive unit as they are 188th in the nation in scoring offense with 72.1 points per game. Kansas City is 280th in rebounding by collecting 33.6 boards a night and 105th with 14.6 assists per contest. The Roos are solid on the defensive end as they enter this game 50th in the nation by allowing 61 points per game. Evan Gilliard too leads the team in scoring with 11.6 points per game this season. Josiah Lick, 10.6 points, 5.3 boards, and Anderson Kopp, 10.5 points, 4 boards, are solid secondary options. Marvin Nesbitt Jr., Timothy Barnes, Sam Martin, Caden Boser, Shamari Allen, Jacob Johnson, Jack Chapman and Justice Puser are rotation options for the team this year. Kansas City shoots 48.7% from the floor as a team this season. The Roos hit 38.3% of their attempts from beyond the arc and drain 7.8 three-pointers per contest on the year. Kansas City is mediocre at the charity stripe, cashing in 70.1% of their attempts on the year. Our second betting advice is to pick over 126.5. DePaul vs Louisville. DePaul is averaging 85.3 points per game. They scored 87 points in their last game, making 53% of their field goals and 47.6% of their three-pointers. Javen Freeman Liberty led the way for DePaul with 26 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. Nick Ongenda finished with 13 points and 6 rebounds, while Brandon Johnson added 13 points and 4 rebounds. DePaul has also played well defensively, giving up 69.3 points per game. They gave up 67 points in their last game and will need a similar effort if they want to get the win. Louisville is averaging 70.8 points per game. They scored 73 points in their last game, making 41.7% of their field goals and 39.3% of their three-pointers. Malik Williams led the way for Louisville with 14 points and 11 rebounds. Matt Cross finished with 13 points and 7 rebounds, while Noel Ock added 12 points and 2 rebounds. Louisville has played well defensively, giving up 65.1 points per game. They gave up 68 points in their last game and will need another solid defensive effort if they want to win this game. Our first betting advice is to pick DePaul Blue Demons plus 7.5. Chris Mack's squad comes into the weekend ranked number 40 in the latest KenPom rankings after notching their first ACC win. The Cardinals own an adjusted 106.4 offensive rating, which ranks 88th in the NCAA. Turnovers have been a problem for Louisville this season, as the Cardinals have coughed up the basketball on 20.6% of its offensive possessions, 249th in the nation. The Cardinals have also struggled from deep, where they have shot just 30.6% from three-point range, good for 258th in the country. Tony Stubblefield's squad comes into the weekend slotted at number 99 in the latest KenPom rankings, following their 7-1 start to the season. The Blue Demons rank 95th in the country, with an adjusted 105.8 offensive rating. They do most of their damage from inside the arc, where they have shot a healthy 55.9% for the year. DePaul also ranks 45th in the country with a 16.2% turnover rate and 34th with an offensive rebounding rate of 35.2%. Our second betting advice is to pick under. Quick reminder, BetUS is a platform that offers betting on all major sport and horse racing leagues. It has slots, table games, blackjack, and a variety of other casino games. All of the major US leagues are available for betting, including the NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, and PGA. In addition, BetUS allows wagers on esports, Olympic events, soccer, cricket, boxing, cycling, and many more competitions. Join BetUS now using our link down below and get 125% cashback bonus on your first deposit on the sportsbook after you open an account and deposit using our link and use our promo code HIGHSTAKES. Loyola Chicago vs Vanderbilt. Loyola Chicago is scoring an average of 79.9 points per game, which is 49th in the nation. The Ramblers are shooting 51.1% overall and 41.7% from behind the three-point line, which is 8th in the nation in both categories. The leading scorer for Loyola Chicago is Lucas Williamson with an average of 11.7 points per game. Also scoring in double figures for the Ramblers are Ryan Schweiger with an average of 11.2 points per game and Ahir Uwak with an average of 10.0 points per game. Braden Norris is the leader in assists with an average of 4.1 dishes per contest. Loyola Chicago is averaging 17.6 assists and 12.1 turnovers per game. Our first betting advice is to pick Loyola Chicago Ramblers minus 4.5. Jerry Stackhouse's squad comes into the weekend slotted at number 84 in the latest KenPom rankings, following a 5-1 start. Led by Scottie Pippen Jr., 16.8 points per game, the Commodores entered the weekend scoring at an adjusted rate of 105.3 points per 100 possessions for the season, 104th in the NCAA. Vanderbilt has struggled to take care of the basketball this year, turning the ball over on 19.1% of its offensive possessions, 177th in the nation. The Commodores have also shot just 30.4% from three-point range, 267th in the NCAA, which is even more troubling when you consider that they take 46.2% of their total attempts from behind the three-point line, 34th in the country. Our second betting advice is to pick under 132.5. Wisconsin-Milwaukee vs Colorado. In an 82-68 loss at Bowling Green, the Panther lost more than the game. Patrick Baldwin Jr. went down with an ankle injury and missed the following 3 games. Over the course of his absence, the Panthers lost all 3 games and 2 of them by a total of 6 points. One would think, if Baldwin Jr. had played, these 2 losses could have easily been flipped to victories. Our first betting advice is to pick Colorado minus 14. Colorado came into the season with solid expectations as they were predicted to finish 6th out of 12 teams in the Pac-12 preseason media poll. They opened the season with a relatively light schedule and were favored in each of the first 7 games, which resulted in 6 wins, although they only covered the spread once over that stretch. The Buffaloes lost their only 2 games as an underdog, 73-61 as a 13.5-point dog to number 4 UCLA on December 1st, and 69-54 as a 5.5-point dog to number 13 Tennessee last Saturday. Baldwin Jr. returned for the Horizon League opened on December 2nd, which resulted in the Panthers losing a close game to Youngstown State 70-68. Still, they bounced back to beat the Robert Morris Colonials on Saturday. The game against Robert Morris was tied with just under 7 minutes left to play, but a 14-4 run by the Panthers would put the game away. Baldwin Jr. led the way with 26 points on 9 of 14 shooting from the field, including draining all 6 of his three-point attempts. Josh Thomas shot 6 of 11 from the field and added 19 points off the bench, followed by Donovan Newby with 16 points. Milwaukee shot 56%, 14-25, for the game from three-point range. Our second betting advice is to pick over 134.5.